Hey viewers, my name's Becky. I'm here interviewing Ruku. Should we get started? The name is Ruku. Is that your new nickname? Where's it from?
No, it's not my real name. It's actually a nickname which is derived from Japan. It's my name in Japanese. And I chose it because simply I didn't, everyone's beer reviews are, after their name, so it's literally like Dave, Greg, Roger, whatever. And I think Ruku was just a different name, and I just thought it sounds better as well. It's quite nice on the ear to hear, so if you can find out what Ruku means in Japanese, you will find exactly what my name translates to.
So, back to beer. Where did your love of beer come from?
When I was 15, 16, typical teenager, you'd go around your friend's house, get absolutely smashed. When he used to have a free house and stuff, and his mum and dad went out. So back then I used to drink Stella Artois back when it was 5.2%. Always drunk it, never really drunk anything else, but I have tried whiskey, spirits, ciders, vodkas, and I can't really get on with them. Although I will say I'm a little bit partial to the bit of whiskey here and there, so whiskey's quite nice, but I'm a beer man through and throughout, so I've got to stay loyal and I have to stick to my beer.
So, being loyal to your beer, what would you say is your favourite, Ruku?
I don't think I have a favourite beer as such, but I tend to gravitate towards beers at high strength with lots of flavour in them. So anything like your Chimay, your Lefts, your West Burlingtons, your Trappists, stuff like that. That's kind of the sort of the go-to beer for me personally.
So is there a certain style that you like, or you like about the style?
Styles, again, it varies. It depends what mood I'm in. If I want to chill out, then I'll have a Pilsner. If I want something more warming, more flavour, something really hearty, then it'll go for like a stout or maybe a bock, like a double bock, because they've got more flavour, more strength. Sets the taste buds really alive, I think. So, yeah, it depends what mood I'm in.
Knowing that you drink all these beers around the world, and obviously you set up a YouTube channel, what do you reckon your fans want to see next?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good one. I mean, I like to keep my channel interesting. I like to keep it, different. I don't like to have it the same. So I've asked fans in the past really what they want to see, but people come back with certain suggestions, some which I've already done, some of them I haven't done. But do you know what? I think I'm going to leave it up to you fans to decide. So come in and comment on this video below. Let me know what you want to see in these videos, and who knows, if I like it, I'll do it.
What made you start all this beer tasting?
It goes back to 2006, I think it was, 2007. Around my friend's house, we had a takeaway. Again, he had a free house. Just the three of us. We went down to our local supermarket or convenience store, whatever you prefer, and we saw a big bottle of Duvel for about £5, if I remember correctly. It was 750ml for £5, and we'd never seen a beer like this. This was corked, it was tall, it was different, and we actually was convinced it was German. But upon looking at it later on, we discovered it wasn't German and it was Belgium. And this thing was 8.5%, so we wasn't used to drinking stuff like that. We was drinking 5% stuff, and to have 8.5% beer, we got off our tits basically. We were so drunk like halfway through this bottle, and it was because of that and the flavour that Duvel gave. That's really when I started to think, wow, this is a really good beer. What else is out there?
So viewers, do you reckon we should know more about Ruku? I think so. So, Ruku, why don't cover?
Everyone asks me this a lot. It's my identity. Everyone out there does beer reviews again. Always are on camera. They say their name. There's no one really else out there that does this, except for one guy who well, he doesn't do beer reviews, but he gets big bottles of drink and just basically necks them. He's a bit of an animal. I like his video. Or videos, shall I say. I didn't know that he existed originally. I thought this was my own sort of image. This is how I wanted to portray something different for the viewers. not only that, but I think it creates an air of mystery about it. You know, who's this guy? You know, who's behind the balaclava? Who is he? You know, and I like to keep people guessing. I like to keep them on their toes. So it's just me. It's just part of my identity.
So, being a mystery beer drinker, do you reckon you ever really reveal your true identity?
Probably, I don't know. I wouldn't like to say. I think maybe if I had maybe a few more thousands, maybe even 1 million subscribers, then yes. But I'm a very low key channel at the moment. I don't have a lot of subscribers. Those that I do have, thankfully, are quite loyal. But again, I would not be demasking and showing my true identity for just a couple of hundred.
And getting back to your channel, what made you really start it?
Well, again, I was drinking all these different beers after discovering Duvel, and for me, I wanted to show the world that there was a lot of different beer out there. You know, especially here in England, and the people that I've grown up with, and even family members that like it, they tend to stick to the same drink, and that would be your standard stuff like Foster's, Carling, Carlsberg, Stella, Guinness. And I wanted to educate people and show people around the world that you don't have to just drink your local stuff that you may find in Milwaukee or Tennessee or, you know, wherever in the world, you know, in parts of Gambia or whatever. There are different beers out there, and it's all about applying my knowledge and having these beers. That's what I was trying to do, was imply knowledge to other people, to let them know, hey, these are out there, this is what it is. And if I get history, I will often tell the viewers about the beer and the history that comes with the beer, because I think a beer is more than just a beer. You know, there's a lot you can say about it, really. So that's what I like to do.
So, regarding Ruku, whilst educating people on your channel of different beers, do you reckon you ever really get any like worse comments or any nasty comments?
I wouldn't say I get nasty comments. I get the odd slimy comment where, if I'm reviewing a beer, someone would almost come in with like a sarcastic comment to sort of almost say, you're wrong, I know more about this than you do. And again, it's people's opinions. I mean, I'm happy for them to do that, but at the same time, it's like, hang on a minute, I've had beer from shitloads of countries. I'm talking about 90 countries now. It's about 93, 94 countries. Bearing in mind, there's 102 countries in the world. So I've nearly had it from all of the countries in the world. For someone to come in and give a slimy comment like, oh, you don't know, you know, you're drinking piss water or something like that, I find that a little bit lowbrow, because it's like, well, hang on a minute, what the hell are you drinking then? You know, I know my stuff, I know what tastes good. You know, and I don't mind, again, the comments coming in like that, I really don't, but sometimes it can get a bit annoying when it's like, well, what do you know about it? Well, what the fuck do you know about it, you know? It could go either way.
As well as that though, we all sometimes get things wrong.
Absolutely, and I'm human, I get things wrong myself. I'm not perfect at all. You know, I'm a guy that just burps and farts on camera, so I'm not perfect.
Regardless of all the negativities of your channel, what's your most favourite beer that you've ever bought?
The most favourite?
Sorry, I misread that. What's the most beer that you've bought?
The most beer I've bought? Was it 40 odd bottles, something like that, 43 bottles. Over one Christmas I ended up stocking up, going back I think 2011, 2012. I went a bit mad. I ended up getting bottles from everywhere. I had bottles from Belgium, Ukraine, America, Africa, Sri Lanka, and there was just this whole big pile of these beers, and they were all duplicates, but there was so many of them, and it totaled about 40. And again, you can view that on my Facebook page as well, which for those viewers that aren't on my Facebook page yet, the link I'm going to put down below in this comment as well, so as you can click on it and you'll see the picture.
So, Ruku, although most beer that you bought, how much do you roughly spend in a week, a month?
I usually do monthly orders for my channel, obviously. they can range between £30 to maximum of sort of £50, £60. But the thing is as well that I buy for rarity, I buy for flavour, rarity, a little bit of history, and also you got to remember as well that these places add on post and packaging. So you're buying a box of 10, say, for, I don't know, 12 quid, but then you're going to add on whatever it is they charge for delivery. So that's really what ramps it up. But if I do it weekly, I'm less likely to spend money. So I would simply go down to my local shopping place, you know, supermarket, your convenience store, your local off licence. And I would typically pick up just something that I've never seen before, maybe, or if I've had it before and I just want a simple drink, I'd just buy like 2 or 3 of them, 4 of them, at a charge of about 5 or 6 quid. So if I do it weekly, I spend less.
So knowing that your viewers know you drink beers from different countries, do you do any homebrew?
Yes, I do homebrew. I don't do it as much as I should. It's time consuming, can be expensive depending on what ingredients I tend to use, but it can also be cheap. But for me, it's just time. I haven't got the time for it anymore. And when you brew such a big batch, you know, I'm left with 40 bottles of my home brew that I'm now going to be drinking for well over a month. And to me, I do get bored of beer, so hence why I like to flip between different countries, different styles. But I would consider myself still very much a newbie when it comes to homebrew. I'm nowhere near on the expert levels yet. Maybe one day though.
So now that you spend all this much when you do monthly and weekly beers, is there any much that you've really spent on? Or just a single beer really?
Yeah, £40 is the most I've ever spent, and that ranges on quite a few beers. I spent £40 on the world's strongest beer, and it's still currently the strongest beer, called Snake Venom. That was 67.5%. So again, that was a free 30. People can't justify why I'd spend that much. Maybe I'm a little bit crazy, but to me, it's for novelty. West Burlington 12 was the same. It's the rarest beer in the world. I spent £40 on a free 30 bottle. Again, not many people can say they've had the world's rarest beer. And also recently I spent £40 on last year's Chimay Grand Reserve. That was, however, a big 750ml bottle.
So getting to the subject more about you, Ruku. What's things we don't really know about you?
Things you don't know about me. I can speak Japanese, not fluently, but I can speak Japanese, hence the name Ruku. I suffer from hay fever as well, so that's a bit of a shit, but can't do nothing with that, unfortunately.
And other than making YouTube videos, what do you do in your normal life in your camera?
Pretty much what most people I would consider that they do. So things like browsing the internet, watching TV. If it's hot outside, if it's typical English summer, which we don't often get here in England, if we get a good summer, I would often go out and about to the park or whatever, spend time with a girlfriend, things like that really, yeah, just everyday boring mundane stuff.
What are your jobs?
I can't really disclose that. I do have 2 jobs, but I'm not willing to disclose either of those because obviously of what they are, but I can say one of them I am self-employed for, the other one I work for a company, but I can't disclose what they are.
And if it was to choice between 4 different beers, Belgian Murray, Trappist, Pilsner, Double Oak, what would you suggest is your favourite?
Yeah, see that's a tricky one. It depends what mood I'm in. If I wanted something flavour, strength, it would be a double bock. And I'm very loyal to my Abbey beers, Left, things like that. I love my Abbey beers. And again, the Trappist as well. I've got huge respect for monks that make these beers. So if I wanted something flavourful, it would be your double bock, your Trappists, your Abbey. But if I wanted a chill out day, then I would probably go for things like Pilsners. Because they're lighter, they're not as gassy. And let's be honest, they're a little bit easier to drink. And they're cheaper to buy.
So knowing that Pilsners are obviously less gassy as well, they sort of more, so you would have more like meals? Yeah,
you can have Pilsner with meals. Typically I'd have it with a takeaway. it's easier to get down, you know, when you're having heavy food, greasy food, Chinese, Indian, whatever you fancy. It's easier to get down, so you're having a greasy meal and then you're having a lighter beer, which also doesn't gas you out, so you've still got room for your food. But also, I find that the Pilsners are a great palate cleanser, so it kind of gets rid of all the greasiness in your mouth. Gotta have a greasy takeaway though.
So getting back to your channel, Ruku, do you reckon people really get your puns or gags in your videos?
I don't know. I like to have puns and gags in there and humour, because again, I can't stand people that just sit there, are one-toned, monotoned, boring, and they do these videos. There are a lot of people out there that do beer reviews, mostly men of course. There are a few women out there that do them. But I like to add humour into it. Sometimes it's beer related, sometimes it's just me being a complete prat, but I like to add humour in there because I think if I'm the viewer, I don't want to be watching something that's boring, that doesn't get my attention. You know, I like to break up the facts, the figures, the beer tasting with a little bit of humour. And I know probably a lot of people don't get the British humour, but that's just us, we're just British. But if I could compare sort of how my humour would be, it would be sort of Family Guy, South Park, that kind of stupid humour. And I like to put that in to the review so that then it's not too boring for the people that are watching it.
So, you're doing all that. What do you do really in your downtime?
In the downtime, yeah, again, I just, as I mentioned before, I would typically just browse the internet, maybe even pre-record a few beer reviews. You know, I do that from time to time. If I've got a day off from my job, so I would pre-record a few beer reviews just so as I can get a head start on things. Spend time with a girlfriend. Yeah, just pretty much I would say boring stuff, and the housework as well, of course. Not that you know I enjoy housework, but it's got to be done. So
I suppose you spend a lot of time with your family, so.
Yeah, I see family when I can. You know, they live quite locally to where I am, which is good. I do the rounds, so I would typically see, you know, my dad one day, my mum another day, my brother, my nan, and friends obviously after. So yeah, I try and do the laps. That wasn't me farting, by the way. That was the chair moving. I'm gonna put that in. See, squeaky chair. Comfortable chairs.
And whilst doing all them, seeing families and stuff, you do really good impressions. You should do some for us.
I do impressions. I don't know if anyone would know them, but I'm quite happy to do a few today. What I'll do for the fans that are watching this, because the impressions that I might do, people might not get, they might not know who they are. So what I'll do is I'll link in the video here. I'll link in just the people that I'm doing so that they can see. So for example, most people know Family Guy. I think it's huge here in England and definitely in America. So I can do Joe Swanson, you know, he's a handicapped guy who's in a wheelchair. Hey Peter, what you doing? It's me, it's Joe. So there's Joe. I can do Cleveland from Family Guy. I've not done that one for a while. Oh hey Peter, it's me, it's Cleveland Brown. How you doing? Who else can I do? I can do Frank Spencer. Frank Spencer, his real name is Michael Crawford. He was on a show called Some Others Do Have Them in the 60s and 70s. It was quite big here in the UK, but for those overseas, I'm not sure if they would know who that is, but he was like the typical bumbling idiot that got things wrong. But yeah, he talks like that, you know, and he does all his hand movements. Oh, Betty, yeah, Betty was his wife, you know, he had a little kid called Jessica. So yeah, just a few. Boris Johnson as well, being the England Prime Minister at the moment. I don't know if I can do him at the moment, but I'll have a go. It's all about the Transport for London, you know. It's all about the Boris bike, you know. I have this floppy hair and I'm just a buffoon, really, you know. I can't do politics, you know. I look scruffy and I'm just a fucking idiot. So, yeah. Boris is watching this, so I apologise for calling him an idiot.
So, who's your video? I've heard apparently that you started with your girlfriend's beer. What did you do, and what was that reaction?
that was Yeah, I've stolen a few of her beers over the past, and she's not happy. I got an earful. I got called every name under the sun. Reason why, because she didn't drink them. You know, they were left there for a while, just sat in the cupboard, and I just thought, you know what, fuck it. If she's not going to drink them, I will. So I did. Yeah, okay. She wasn't happy about it, but after a while now, she knows to either drink them or to tell me off if I go near them. So I do get a bit of a slap for that. It's got to drink them.
And what's your sort of favourite beer, would you say, Ruku?
My favourite beer? Sorry, I didn't quite catch it. Was that a favourite beer or?
Favourite food, sorry.
Favourite food? Oh god, fish I think is my favourite food. I like a bit of steak as well, but fish probably for me. I don't do cod, I think cod's really boring, really bland, and I prefer a proper bit of fish, so like salmon, John Dory, you know, shark. Shark's quite nice. I think it's bull shark I had, it's very nice. Not a big lover of tuna as such, but I'll eat it, you know, anchovies, salmon, mackerel, trout, rainbow trout. Yeah, the list goes on. I'm just a massive fish monkey, I suppose. Just love fish.
So, now that beer's your favourite, where would you happily be your favourite place to sink on?
Somewhere hot, I think. Whether it's in England or whether it's, you know, somewhere. It's got to be around about 30 degrees, so nothing too hot. 30-degree heat's perfect, but I don't want too much humidity. That's what really, I'm a sucker for humidity. I sweat, I get uncomfortable. So to me, going to like Tennessee or Arizona, even parts of Louisiana is too hot because there's humidity. But if I could have their heat, as in the degrees and Fahrenheit, I would take that and then have it somewhere a little bit more cooler. So maybe like England, Mauritius. I don't know, yeah, places like that, I guess. It's not too hot, maybe even Canary Islands.
So, you know that you like to drink beers from different countries. You know, if the UK comes out of the European Union, do you think you have an impact on your beers? Where you buy them from?
Probably not, in a sense that, you know, because if I'm buying them, then it's my money. So for me, they may up the price, and there may be. I don't think the exporting would be a problem, because I believe that, you know, despite if we do come out of the European Union and because of Brexit, I don't think that they're going to penalise us for that, because they're still going to need trade. And Great Britain being like the fourth richest country in the world, I think they're going to still need our money. So regardless of what they say and all the empty threats that are out there and the panic, I don't think it's going to affect the beer prices at all.
How did you meet your girlfriend?
We met years ago, nearly 10 years ago now, in a nightclub. Yeah, we wasn't initially going to go out as such. Like, I was out with my friends, she was out with her friends. One of my friends knew her and her friends. He kind of introduced me to her, and yeah, ever since then we hit it off. She approached me and actually bought me a beer. So in the world of dating, that was very rare back then. I don't know what it's like for other countries, but here in England, a lot of the men do the chasing. But she actually approached me and bought me a pint. So as soon as she did that, I had this funny feeling that, okay, she might not be one of these girls that are going to give me a fake number and stuff like that. And ever since then, yeah, we're still together. Yeah, nearly 10 years on.
So, being with your girlfriend 10 years, do you reckon she'll ever do a beer with you on your channel maybe?
I don't know, I could ask her. I don't know if she would want to, because I don't think beer's her thing. I know wine's more her thing, but maybe.
And beer order, what do you typically spend?
Typically, again, 20, 30 quid, roughly. Depending on the size, so I vary sizes, so it could be a bigger, it could be a smaller, but about 20 quid. On average, 20, 30 quid. I think it's a reasonable amount.
I'm doing all these different beers. Have you ever considered doing a blind test in channel?
Oh, that's an interesting one. No, I haven't actually. But now you say that, I might do that. I think that'd be an interesting one, especially for me, because if I couldn't see the beer and I'm going on blindly on the taste and just I was blindfolded and I'm tasting it, it'd be interesting to see how I would perceive certain beers. So I think if you gave me a stout, I'd probably tell you it's a Pilsner.
So doing blind tests as well, Ruku. Because your viewers ever really sent you anything?
Yes, I've had one viewer send me a beer. I gave him a shout out for it, and in return I ended up sending him a beer as well. I don't often get anything sent to me, whereas because I think where I'm a smaller channel, you know, beer reviewers out there that have got 10,000 to 20,000, 100,000 subscribers, breweries and stuff generally approach them, and the fan base is bigger, so fans send them stuff, which is nice, and they then review it for the fans, but because they've got that base, whereas I don't. I'm still quite a small time YouTube channel. However, for those fans that want to send me anything, again, let me know and I'll quite happily patch over my details. So if you want to send me some stuff, by all means do so.
So, having for all these beers, has any breweries really approached you, or had any representatives asked you to try their beer?
No. I'm still waiting for the day. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
What's the difference between doing your Facebook page and what you do on YouTube?
Okay, so the difference is Facebook's all about, for me, I will send pictures on there, so it will tell you the upcoming beer reviews that I do on my YouTube channel, and also I belong to a few groups on there as well. I post everyday shit like most people do, and also the one thing that I do on my Facebook page, which I don't do on my YouTube channel, is I do live reviews on my Facebook page, because I don't have enough subscribers to do a live video anymore on YouTube, because they changed their policy, and it really wound me up, because I used to be able to do them on YouTube, but ever since they now say you need 1,000 subscribers, I can't do it until I get 1,000 subscribers. So ideally I need more of a subscribe count before I can do live feeds and videos on there. So what I now tend to do is I will do the live videos on YouTube, on my Facebook page, with all the news and stuff and clips and snippets of information I find online. So, for example, the other day I posted that Carlsberg is going to be the first beer people or first brewery to make paper beer bottles. So they're trying to set a trend. So again, that wouldn't be on YouTube. I would never put that on YouTube and tell people about that. That's purely for Facebook.
So Ruku, now that everyone has their favourite beers on here, so for instance they always have top one favourite beers, what would you say really is your top three, and why do you like them so much?
Jesus, top three. I don't know if I could. I mean, there's too many, but I'll give you a couple. I wouldn't say these are my top official three, but I would say Delirium Noel, Chimay Blue, and maybe like Lef or the La Traps. Yeah, I'd probably say like, yeah, I'd probably more say Lef, I think. So yeah, they're probably my top three. There are more, but I can't really give a proper top three. It's too hard. You know, when you've had too much beer like me, there's always your favourites. There's always beers that you'll go back to.
So I'm guessing that you like them because obviously the strength, taste, different variety.
Yeah, it's for me different flavours. You know, Lef is a bit spicy. Chimay Blue is more of a dark roastedness. And you go to your La Traps are different. They produce different styles, like your box. They do high strength, they do quadruples. And they even done, I think, a pear flavoured one, which I'm going to try and get my hands on soon. So, again, different flavours.
So now they're your top three, maybe not. What would you say your least favourite beer is?
Oh, it's easy. That's got to be Carlin. Can't stand Carlin. It's too weak. There's no flavour. And also Carlsberg as well, but Carlin over Carlsberg, because Carlsberg's got a bit of flavour, and I can forgive them because they've got export, so they've got Carlsberg Elephant, which I can sympathise for, but Carlin, it's just crap. I mean, what the fuck were they thinking? This is a British beer, people. This is our beer. I mean, come on. Might as well piss in a can. It'd be better.
So, more about you, Ruku. Where do you originally come from?
I originally come from Essex in England, so just on the outskirts of London. I can't explain it. It's the only way I can sympathise. If you think of America, America have got different states. There's 52 states in America. So they've got Texas, Kentucky and stuff like that. They, on the map, they kind of border each other like that. So we're in London. So London's down. If you look at the map of England, it's down here, and around that there's like a faint ring. I know it sounds really strange, but there's a faint ring, and that is a motorway, or if you're American, a freeway. That's called the M25. And I live pretty much in Essex, which is just outside of London by, sounds stupid, like 10 minutes. So it's not classed as Essex now because it hasn't since I think the 60s. They now class it as Greater London, but I still prefer Essex because, again, I'm only like 5-10 minutes away from people that star in the show, the reality show, The Only Way is Essex. They come from 10 minutes down the road from me, and I don't know them personally. They live 10 minutes away, and they're in Essex, and we're only just outside of Essex, so I prefer to say Essex rather than Greater London. It just doesn't sound right. Greater London, it just hits it wrong.
And finally, Ricky, before we wrap this interview up with you, is there anything you'd like to say to your fans or people that may be watching this or want to watch this?
Yeah, to all my fans out there, I just want to say, obviously, for those that are the subscribers of mine, thank you very much for subscribing. For all those loyal ones that always come in and comment on my videos and are always sharing my videos, give me feedback as well. Without you guys, and I truly mean this, without you guys, I would not be making these YouTube videos. It's all because of you guys and girls out there that I make these videos. Without you, I wouldn't be doing these. And I urge, obviously, more people to come in and subscribe. I love it when new people come in and subscribe and they say, oh, wow, I did not know this beer existed, and wow, this, that and the other, and I think that's really nice. So I would just like to say, keep subscribing, share my videos, and just keep on watching. If it wasn't for you fans out there, I wouldn't be doing this. So it's really because of you guys that I'm still here today.
Well, I'd like to wrap this up now, Ruku, again, and to say thank you for coming, really. It's been a pleasure having you here today.
No, thank you for inviting me. I've never sat in an interview before, so this is a first for me. I've enjoyed it, and I hope obviously yourself have. And again, thank you very much for having me here, and thank you to all the viewers here that are watching this and being patient with me. I hope everyone's learned something. That's what I want to take away from this. So,
also, thank you for agreeing to having this interview with us all.
Yep, you're welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you.